Good afternoon everyone, it's Krebs here and welcome to another episode from the KrebsCOHO channel. Today we are going to be playing a little bit of Company of Heroes. And why am I saying playing? We're actually going to be watching people play, if anything. So how are you guys getting along? Krebs is just dandy. I'm on my secret account today because I was just on my normal account, KrebsCOHO, just a few seconds ago, and you guys have been spamming me with messages during the cast when I was about to start the cast, and I was like, oh no way! I'm gonna say no to that. I'm gonna go on a secret account because I don't want to be trolled and spammed during an actual cast. Live streams are bad enough. And by the way, since we're actually talking about it, I will be doing live streams. I've temporarily put it on hold, a hiatus, because of the trolls. So the trolls, you can say, have won. They've taken it over, in that respect anyway, but they're not going to win for a long time. Whoever they are, you will be banned. I've actually spoken to the developers and they have made it their personal vendetta, their personal mission to actually ban those people as soon as the whole Sega thing has settled out a little bit, okay? So we'll get back to those live streams soon enough, but for now, just keep your pants on, hold them up, and we'll have some fun soon. So, did I introduce the players already? Oh god, Krebs, your memory's so terrible. Right, we're at the 5-second mark and we will get this game started and then I'll introduce the players. So we're at the 5-second mark and we're going to get started in 3 seconds. So in 3, 2, 1, and let's begin. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and on we go to another very exciting matchup in the Company of Heroes battlefield. So today we're going to be looking at RoMJim as the Wehrmacht, GRJason as the PE. For the Allies, we've got BJarkey as the Brits, and ICA-63 as the US. So it's a good old big scale battle of Company of Heroes factions today. We've got every Company of Heroes faction in force, in presence, and we'll see how these guys fare along. They're all fairly well ranked in the ladders, so you can expect high quality play from these players. Now, just before we get commentating, I just want to do a quick shout out to the King of the Web. The King of the Web, if you've heard of it before, it's this one place where you can try to vote for your favorite YouTube channel out there. So actually guys, I'm going to ask you right now, if you really enjoy my videos and you appreciate the effort that I do, all I'd ask for you guys is to go to King of the Web. I'll put a link in the description below, and just vote 10 times for Krebs for Gaming King of the Web. I know we're not going to win it. Trust me, I know we're not going to win. In fact, first place is far from where we are right now. I think I'm at 12th place at the moment. But if we can get up to the top 10, I think that's going to show that the Krebs army, you guys, we have a bit of a say in things, don't we? Alright guys, so let's focus on what's happening along the battlefield at the moment. We've got the Brits captain along the center side, the HQ of the Brits being relocated onto the medium's munitions point, and the Kencrad down south is capping. And so the field is all a mess, but you can see the general consensus is that the majority of the Axis forces are heading down south, swooping into the middle. The Wehrmacht, or sorry, the Allies have moved up north, and their main fighting units are heading down towards the middle side. So here we go, we've got some confrontations between the riflemen and the Panther Grenadiers, riflemen, infantry section, and the Panther Grenadiers, close range, motorcycle chasing them away. They're at 5 guys still in the squad, they don't want to lose him. I don't know, that's one of the really irritating things sometimes, isn't it? You have 5 guys in the squad, but then they're down to half health. That just means when they come back onto the battlefield, they're going to be really easy to kill. Whenever that happens to me, say if I'm Panzer Elite and my guys are near, you know, half health but they still have full men in the squad, I'll just retreat them, prevent my enemies such as the Allies from getting experience by killing my guys, and then I'll just get them healed on up by defensive operations at the HQ. So anyway, we've got the Wehr 43 providing a little bit of suppressive fire here. That's just 20 munitions to cool that down with the Wehr 43. Really useful ability to use whenever you need to slow down people, pin them down. It doesn't pin them down instantly, it suppresses them. But since the suppression is so vast, they will eventually get pinned down, as you can see here. And plus the fact is there's quite a number of Panzer Grenadiers here, so having more guns firing at the same squad will eventually pin them down. Did you guys know that? Interesting fact, but if you actually have a a lot of guns, you don't necessarily need to have an MG or bars with suppressive volley fire or whatever. You just need a lot of guns and you can actually start suppressing units. Each unit has their own suppression values, so you can't just expect, oh, 2 pioneers, because there's 2 of them, they're gonna instantly start suppressing everything. No, 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 you probably need like 20 of them. So, that's a bit unrealistic, but hey-ho. So, majority of skirmishing going on towards the center side. The Allies have got the victory point in their hands. And notice what the Wehrmacht have been doing. They've been putting up some barbed wire along the Allies side of the hay bales, so that they can deny them any cover, which is a good option. Love that sort of stuff, to see that. But now they gotta move. Why? Because you can see that mortar firing right on across the distance. I'm pretty sure that has to be supercharged rounds if you could fire that far. That is quite a distance. That has to be supercharged rounds from the Royal Artillery doctrine of the Brits. Very, very common strategy for them to go for. We very rarely see anyone go for Royal Engineers. I mean, when was the last time you've seen somebody get Churchills in that? I don't know, Churchills are underdogs, don't you think? Like, somebody needs to show them some love, give them some strategies. If there's one thing that irritates me a little bit about this game, and I'm not poking fingers at anyone, trust me, I'm not poking fingers at anyone, it's just a wee complaint I have for the game, is the lack of creativity that people have. Like, if you look at other games like League of Legends, I know there's tons of, more people that play those games, but they're always developing new strategies all the time, constantly. And you could always say that, oh, well, Company of Heroes is a game that hasn't been updated in almost 2 years now, maybe that's why there's no new strategies. In a way, I agree with that, but at the same time, I think it's just that people are too complacent. They just want to keep on working with the same strategies that they like. I personally prefer the people, and you guys know this, my favorite people are Epsilon Seb, Bodhidharma, my favorite players, because they just always try to go for something new. I mean, new things can work, it's just a matter of doing it. Okay, so we've got a medic bunker down here for the Wehrmacht, very good position to do this, and terrible factual... It's a terrible fact for the Allies to know at the moment that they have a medic bunker down the field, their enemies. This is right on the front line, mind you, okay? This is right on the front line. They cannot fight any Wehrmacht or PE around here, or else the medics are going to be picking up guys, and look at them. Look at them. They're running everywhere. They're running everywhere. And they're picking up guys. They already almost have a free Grenadier squad. Look! Free Grenadier squad is just about to come out. And actually, this is one of the best things you can do when you're a Wehrmacht playing with a PE teammate. It's to actually put down a medic bunker as soon as you can. As soon as you hit that 50 munitions, you should have down a bunker ready to be upgraded somewhere on the field, especially near the front line, because your PE teammate, he's going to have a lot of Panzer Grenadiers out usually in the beginning. So like the 4 or 5 Panzer Grenadier squads, that's a lot of men. That's at least 12 or 15 men right there. So that's plenty of guys to pick up and turn into your own zombie Grenadiers. Very much so recommend you to get bunkers, defensive bunkers down, even if you don't go for defensive doctrine. Alright, so we see an armored car out on the field right now. They're just harassing from a long distance. And it seems like each side has their own defensive lines, just poking a little bit of shots at each other. Nothing major right now. And take a look at that. More guys. More Panzer Grenadiers are going to be turned into Grenadiers in the second tier. Let's go take a look inside the bases. We've got the T1 Logistics Company and then the Panzerjäger Command. That's why we have the armored cars out for the Panzer Elite right now. Good stuff. So I guess they must recognize that there's a lot of infantry out on the field right now, and so that they need some sort of hard anti-infantry counters. So the armored cars are always decent early mid-game units to go for. And there we go. Look at them, suppressing down everything right now. I guess the MGs are going to be helping a lot in doing that. But there you go. Another really irritating thing. I hope I'm not being too pessimistic here. But another really irritating thing is just because, like, sometimes your guys will get suppressed when there's a lone man in a squad. You know, just he's strayed a little bit too far in the range of an MG. And whilst he's the only one that can get fired by the MG, the rest of the squad gets suppressed. I don't like that. I think all the squads should all the men should have independent suppression, so that each man would be suppressed rather than the entire squad. I don't know how that would exactly work. Like, you could have guys in different locations. I mean, it would be spreading out the squads then, but maybe it would work somehow. So, Browning machine gun actually flying out of the window there. You saw that one of the rifleman squads almost went down, and their machine gun actually came out one end of the house, actually in the wrong end as well. It would helped if it was this place, but just because they must have been poking out that direction. Well, looks like that bar is out on the ground and in the hands of Volksgrenadiers right now. So you guys saw that. We've got a steward out on the field by BJarkey. We've also got a medic station, so a great way to sometimes counter when your enemy has a medic station, a medic bunker, is to get your own one. At least try to even out the your losses and what they're going to be earning. I think that must have been another Grenadier squad that they earned there, because it's already back down to 0. So can you imagine that? Already 2 free Grenadier squads. That's 600 manpower right there. That means you've got 8 extra guys out on the field that you're not normally supposed to have. It's such a useful thing, isn't it? Okay, but still just poking shots at each other. Nothing really major at all. We've got some artillery coming down. Just look at that. I think that must have been from the officer. That must have been officer artillery, just looking at the way that was coming down. MG42 finished off. Yeah, the guy's just dead right there. Medic's not even going to give a care because they're dead. They're not wounded. You can only pick up the wounded, not the dead. You can't turn... Okay. I think if you could pick up dead Volksgrenadiers or Grenadiers and then turn them into Grenadiers, that would literally be zombie Grenadiers right there. But no, you pick up the wounded and then they turn to Grenadiers, not the dead. You can't reanimate the dead. Okay, so let's go take a look at what's happening in the American's base. Not a whole lot. I think he's just investing heavily in his infantry at the moment, because he doesn't have anything in terms of like a motor pool and that. He has the bars and yada yada yada. Over in the tactical map, you can see that's really just split right down along the side, middle. Nobody is really pushing in. I think everyone doesn't have... No side has the bigger force at the moment. I mean, each side can defend, each side can make a small offense, but no one is actually able to effectively push one side out. I mean, you've got all this infantry here, you've got the Bren, you've got the mortar at the back. It is really like a tie at the moment. It's a bit stale, if anything. But I like what the Wehrmacht are doing. They're just putting down loads of barbed wire, just anticipating if anything might be coming their direction. We've got some artillery coming down. I'm guessing that must be from placement? Placement, perhaps? Yeah, there we go. That's a good way of countering whenever your opponent's just bunkering down, and that's exactly what the Wehrmacht are doing right now. Look at that. They've got the bunker, they got the barbed wire, they got the cover, they got the MGs. Everything's just screaming of defensive capabilities right now, so the artillery is definitely a good option to go for. Okay, but these guys just being suppressed on instantly here. And what was that? Some sort of artillery coming down? Yeah, they're trying to take out the bunker. They're trying to take it out. Let's go on over to RoMJim. See what he's gone for. He's gone for the defensive doctrine. That means his bunker is going to be even hard to kill right now. Gets an extra, what, 50% health or something like that? So he's going to have to put down 2 artillery barrages to try and take it out. And I think if these barrages can land directly on top of the bunker, they'll be able to actually take it out. It depends if they actually can do that. So sturdy, these things. Once they can take a look at that. The bunker can take a lot of barrages, can't it? Once it's defensive, once it's unlocked the defensive doctrine. Haha, killing the medics, killing the medics. That's one way to prevent your enemy from getting more squads out on the field. So good tactics by the Wehrmacht to be doing that. Just more dead guys around here, but not much happening. This artillery, wow, it's firing quite fast, isn't it? Before this bunker could even get repaired, it's going to be probably going down here. This bunker is like the staple part. It's actually like a staple part of this frontline offensive. It needs to be up if there's going to be success. You get all these free squads, you get to reinforce from next to it, so it's going to be really, really important. I kept bringing up a bunch of riflemen just into the center side. I think he's trying to go in for a flank. They're trying to weed out the Wehrmacht from the center, and I think they're slowly managing to do it. You can tell that the artillery has been successful pushing out the bunker. You've got some flanking riflemen who have pushed out the MG, so I think that the Wehrmacht are actually a little bit on the back foot at the moment. The Allies don't have the power to keep on going. They just don't have enough men in their squads. They don't have the power to keep on pushing, but they've done a good enough offensive. They've weakened. They've softened up the Axis, if anything. So Axis are going to be a little bit on the back foot. Their lines could be easily broken at this point in the game. As long as the Allies push in something. Alright, look at that. Bunker just already taking some damage here. They know what to do. See, as soon as your bunker goes down, you need to get another one. It's going to be really important. Alright, here we go. That's the armored car taking out the lieutenant. Big mistake. Big mistake to losing a lieutenant like that. You gotta be keeping those things alive. But still decapping right on across the field. The Allies just using their advantage of their high capping rates. But look at all these armored cars! There's tons of them! There are so many! They're right on across the field and they're all using that flanking speed crap, whatever it is, overdrive. Yeah. Just kite your enemy. Kite them. Kite, 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 kite. Okay, let's go take a look at the Allies base. They've got a motor pool. And I want to actually switch on over to the Brits, so BJarkey, so we can see what he's got on down. He doesn't seem to have an armored command truck. Oh, I'm speaking too fast. He's upgrading it right now. He's getting an armored command truck. Bunker already damaged. You can see a big chunk was taken out of it, but it's repaired now. So the artillery's been useful, but that's another frustrating thing. If you're ever playing as the Brits or the Allies, and you finally destroy your opponent who's gone for defensive doctrine, you finally destroyed his bunker, he can just put down another one. Well, I suppose in a way you guys gotta be glad that at least they have to pay for the bunker. You know, 150 manpower, 50 munitions. Back in Company of Heroes Online, the defensive commander was actually able to build medic bunkers, repair bunkers, MG bunkers, at the cost of 150 manpower. You didn't even have to upgrade it. You just had the ability with your special pioneers to be able to build bunkers already upgraded, and people would spam these like MG bunkers everywhere on the map, and it was almost irritating in a way, because if they did it, it was very, very effective. It was hard to destroy the bunkers, and they could just be spammed out everywhere. Okay, but the Axis coming back in force here, killing off a few guys, and looks like the Axis is going to be making an offensive, if anything. You've got some stray grenadiers on the front. They know that this howitzer is such an irritating unit. The emplacement, it's so irritating. They just want to take it out, and if Shreks are definitely one of the best ways of actually doing that. Look at how much damage they're doing. Because these aren't improved emplacements, they didn't go for Royal Engineers. They're not improved emplacements. They'll be easier to kill. And so look at that. 3 Shreks could have probably finished it off. That was 2 out of 3 right there. Snipers on retreat. Everything's on retreat. Okay. But, is there anything to say about what's going on right now? I think it's still like a stalemate, if anything. Yeah, it still feels like a stalemate. No side is really winning. No side is really losing. The Wehrmacht have that bunker down in the field right now, which is a bad thing, obviously. But look at this! There's a medic right there! You can kill him! What's the point? Like, at least just finish off the guy. I mean, he's just staring at you. It's blind as day. Oh shit. Hold on. I'm gonna have to pause my game for a second here, because I need to quickly go quickly close the curtains, because the sun glare is starting to crawl up along my screen. 1 second, guys. We'll stop at the 18-second mark. And now. Okay, hold on. 1 second. Yeah, quite irritating, because the side of the building that I live on, the sun comes in the evening, so was crawling up on my screen there, and I was starting to lose sight of what was going on. It's 18-minute mark that we're at, and we're going to be starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God damn it, Panther battle group on the field. This is like usually the end all sort of thing. If you've come to the stage of the game where it's stalemate and your opponent, the PE, gets some Panther battle group out, you know that it could potentially be going downhill very, very soon. They've got 2 Panther battle groups out, or sorry, 1 Panther battle group out, but 2 Panthers out right now. And that's never a good thing. It's a sight for sore eyes. So the sappers are putting down some mines to try and just prepare for whatever is coming this way. Whether that's infantry, whether that's Panthers themselves, who the hell knows. Okay. BJarkey can upgrade something if he wants to. As useful as artillery is, I feel like maybe right now artillery might have a bit of a hard time, because all that artillery was being used was taking out the defensive capabilities of the axes and then the bunkers, but now the PE, which are known to be quite mobile, or what they should be mobile anyway, well, they can just easily dodge. They can just dodge all the artillery. So it's as if the artillery isn't really useful right now. I wouldn't ever go to say that artillery is forever useless. I mean, it's always artillery is always good, no matter what situation is going on. No matter if your opponent has 20 Panthers out on the field, artillery is always good, because if you drop it directly on them, that can do a lot of damage. Okay, we've got a lot of skirmishing going on here. Up north, we've got some double vet armored cars just poking around, seeing if they can find any stragglers. More medics picking up guys. And more grenadier zombies going to be coming out in a second here. Look at that, 2 guys. That's going to be another full free squad. These riflemen just going to be focusing the Panther at the moment. But I don't like what they're doing, because this isn't the first time that we've seen this. You saw the Wehrmacht medics just walking on by the allies, just taking their time. Maybe these are people with morals. Maybe these allies have morals and they feel obligated not to even kill medics. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just them. But instead they focused on the Panther, and the Wehrmacht got another free squad out of that. Fantastic. 2 thumbs up to you, allies, for not killing the right guys. But anyway, Panther went down, so that's half a Panther battle group gone. Yes, if you kill 1 Panther, that's half a Panther battle group gone. So it's half the effort, but then again, that's still half the trouble you still have to go through. And the allies, with a hold of the majority of the field right now, destroying that observation post that was just there. I think that was quite silly, to be honest, that the Axis will put an observation post right on the front line. It's a valuable point to keep, but it's way too easy to get destroyed. More medics. Look at these medics go. They're just like, nah, this is what we live for. This is what we want to do. We want to pick up the wounded. We want to be heroes. Staghound! Staghound, can you change what the game is going to be like? Oh, can you, Staghound? Oh, can you? With your happy gun trigger, happy guy on top, firing constantly. Oh, can you change the game? Well, hopefully. I don't know if you can. Look at that killing power. Look at that infantry stopping power on the Staghound, just pretty much instantly finishing off that MG42. Wow. Alright, but it's gone. It looked like a pack finished it off there. And all is moving on back. Axes sort of look like they're on defensive right now, with all this artillery bashing them into the ground, into wrecks, with badly damaged buildings, half health Panthers and units. It seems like they're taking a pound too many. Sherman Firefly is out on the field, so this will be a good counter to the Panther. I'd like to see more Sherman Fireflies and Chromo Command Tank as well, and that would be GG against those Panthers. Look at that sniper go. So this is the counter-attack. Here comes the counter-attack. Will it be successful? Well, they need to push in anyway. Well, it's 4-4-1 for the Allies at the moment, 2-6-6 for the Axis, so that's a clear victory thus far for the Allies. And they just had a good stance on keeping all this stuff right now. Oh my gosh. Big artillery shell coming down on top of everything here, killing off a number of Volksgrenadiers. But, there we go! Bunker is down! Another bunker is down. So I'm glad that the Allies can actually recognize what priority target number 1 is. That bunker. That's going to be always important to destroy. So that's mission accomplished. Step 1 to defeating your Axis opponent. Destroy the bunker. Step 2, own them. And then you will win. And that is Krebs' 2 steps to winning against the Axis. Okie dokie. Lots and lots of riflemen right now on the field. Yeah. I don't know, there's not much to say about what's going on. It's just constant waves, constant countering. You've seen that the Axis were pushed, and then they pushed back, and now the Allies have pushed up forward, and it's hard to say who's actually going to be winning right now. Hummel just out right there, going to be firing across the field. Look at that! Look at them! The Axis know what they're doing! Allies, oh Allies, why do you not learn a little bit? Axis know what they're doing. They're killing the medics. But look at that stag hound go. It's back on the field. How fast is it going to kill these guys? Well, let's see. One Panzerschreck barely even phasing that thing, only taking like 1/8 of its health. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of damage to take on a stag hound. Surprised they don't try to finish it. Guess it was just too far away. Start swinging around back to the ally side. And it's still gonna stay on the field. Keeping a distance, I suppose. I presume, anyway. Panther's right there. He's aiming him down. He's aiming him down. Damaged engine! Up north, we just got a bunch of MP44s. Panther's just gonna go in, take his shot off, most likely, and just go on back. At least I imagine. Yeah, there we go. And more staghounds. More staghounds. Only thing I could really comment about this, or critique, is why would you bring one staghound at a time on the field? Why not keep like 2 or 3 and just keep them prepared? Play a little bit defensively with the 1 or 2, and then as soon as you got some numbers, you got a wolf pack going, then you might as well just go on forward. How long has this freaking mortar been alive? What the fuck? This mortar has been alive this entire game, surprisingly, I think. I'm pretty sure it has anyway. I mean, it doesn't look like anything's been destroyed from there. But this, well, could actually be the end of the mortar replacement. Panzerschrecks, just one more shot. One more shot. One more shot into the sandbags, and somehow it gets destroyed. Boom! Well, your killing spree or reign of terror could only go for so long, couldn't it? So every side is trying to do an eye for an eye. Every side is trying to destroy the important targets. That mortar going down. The medic station is gone. Medic bunker is down, but another one coming up. And look at this, we've even got bunker over here. I wonder what this one's going to be. I imagine it's going to be a repair bunker. Well, that's going to be useful. Now, things that I like about the repair bunker is that you don't have to pay for the pioneers in there. I mean, one of the most irritating things is that you have to have like 5 pioneers normally to repair a tiger or a panther or a king tiger or whatever at a decent speed. And then what if artillery drops right on top of them? Well, you just got screwed over with a lot of manpower. So that's why I sometimes like going for the repair bunker and just getting free men out of it. Even if they get killed, don't matter none, doesn't bother me, doesn't faze me. You just get some new ones. As if they were expendable. Nuclear pineapple coming down, damaging nothing because everything was out of the way. Look at these guys trying to chase down the Grenadiers right now. Grenadiers, though, unfortunately, they've got that Vet 2 armor and plus 20% health at Vet 3. And so the Thompsons are going to have a bit of a hard time, even though they're meant to be anti-infantry counters. Look at that. Look at that. Artillery coming down on top. 198 points for the Axes! They're a bit low on points right now as well, strategic points. How the hell are they going to make a comeback to this? Well, I guess they're going to call a funkwagon out in the field. Look at that thing. Look at that beauty. How often... My question is to you, how often do you get a funkwagon? And to be honest, I never normally go for it, but recently, as when I've been playing PE, I tend to actually go for it. I don't know, I want to try out underdog things, see how successful it will be, and it's always successful, always. So I didn't actually see how much resources were cut. You guys could easily see that if you rewind back. But plus 26 munitions, plus 21 fuel. I imagine that that's going to constitute at least a little bit of what was cut off. Has to be a bit substantial, no? If you're asking how does the funkwagon, the vampire half-track, work, well, I'd actually recommend just reading the Company of Heroes wiki. It'd be so much easier than me explaining it. But it cuts off any point that is connected. It cuts off the resources by 50% of any point that is connected to that point and was capped after that point was capped, if that makes sense, okay? I'm not going to explain it in detail, and I think I said it correctly. At least I hope so. Sometimes it seems like you didn't make sense to yourself, but sometimes it makes sense to whoever you're talking to. Hope that made sense. If you want to find out exact specifics, Google it. Google is your friend. Panther's so close to dying here. It has that Vet 2 on it as well. If it could go down, it would have just helped. It would have helped quite a bit. There's nothing but craters here. Man! Talk about the end of the world. It's just nothing but scorched earth and craters. Everywhere. And more artillery coming down. That's because they went for the Rangers. They went for an infantry doctrine. And so they've got the howitzer shoot if they need it. Making big holes. Making big ol' holes. Boom! That's the bunker gone. And the Allies in retreat right now. I guess just these Panthers are so hard to deal with, isn't it? The Panthers, they can take so many shots. They have quite bouncy fronts. Look at that. Bounce right off. Total denial. Oh, I thought we could penetrate you. Well, clearly not. Flak right on back. That's from the defensive commander. Another useful ability. Or unit. Maybe they built it there just because they're afraid of any tank counters from the Allies to be coming out. It's always a feasible sort of thing to be afraid of. I mean, if a lot of Sherman Fireflies came out all at once, well, at least you got flak on the field. Okay. But Allies, I guess, must be trying to go for a VP victory. 134 for the Axes at the moment. But it's just a bridge too far. It's a bridge too far. As desperately as they want to actually cap this VP, I think it's just going to be too hard. There's too much Axis stuff around here. Come on, pick up that bazooka. Always deny your opponent of their equipment. Sometimes you'll kill an opponent, say Wehrmacht, you'll kill them with their pack. Always grab it, always. If you've got the men to cap it, and nobody's around, then always grab somebody's pack or AT gun. Just even if you don't need it, at least you're denying your opponent from using it against you. It's always a good thing. Or destroy it if you can't be bothered. Alright, I guess the Allies must have been thinking, screw the middle side. We're gonna come in, we're gonna swing around the back and try to decap whatever's there. Man, it's really been quite stagnant right on throughout the game, eh? Just every side has just been poking at each other. You can see a massive amount of mortar shell craters on the ground. And the riflemen coming in force, double veterancy on them. Panther is not moving. Panther is not moving. Get some stickies off. Maybe he's not throwing any stickies because he just doesn't simply have any munitions, and I wouldn't doubt it. Oh my god! That was an entire squad, man! That was an entire Vet 2 Rifleman squad! Oh dear, what? Ah, the horror! The horror. Ah. Wow, I feel sorry for the Allies. Those guys returned to a literal paste. There's a whole Vet 2 Rifleman squad as well. Not let alone a bunch of guys in the other squads getting killed as well. Whole Vet 2 Rifleman squad instantly incinerated. They evaporated there. Oh dear. Everyone's fighting for the center. Everyone wants to grab it, but who's gonna get it? What's gonna be the defining moment? Maybe that was the defining moment. You never know. I mean, losing a Vet 2 squad just like that. Those things can be game changers. But PE still sitting comfortably on back. They got another Panther battle group. No worries. We can just sit here all day. Our Panther's doing good enough. Have good enough accuracy against infantry. Sure, we might not kill 2 of them at a time. Well, it don't matter none. It don't matter because we just got this massive armor on the front. Okay. Yeah, that's the Panther battle group moving in. They're just doing massive damage now, just killing everything near enough. Various tanks going down. Vampire win the game. It's quite annoying. That's what Ica says. I think we sort of just forgot about the Vampire, didn't we? 26 munitions plus 16 fuel. I'd recommend rewinding back and see what the difference is before and after, but look where he's parked it. He's parked it right on top of this point, which funnily enough is actually one of the first points that they captained the game, the Allies, wasn't it? It's one of the first points that they captained the game because the Brits wanted to park down their base on top of it. So not a bad choice really. Just park it right on top, deny your enemy 50% of the resources that they have connected up to that point, or after that point. And you also get 50% of whatever sector that is as your own. So if anything, that's plus 18 munitions right there. They're getting plus 9 extra munitions. The PE. I wonder if the Wehrmacht is as well. So I don't know what the RoMJim. Still plus 54 income. Plus 54 income. So yeah, there we guess they're both sharing it. They're both sharing the same amount. And you can tell that the Allies are whittling down now. Because the Axis overall are kind of unimpeded, eh? Moving on up here with their Grenadiers. Willing to take a few deaths. But that's okay. And then they got the Panthers. One with triple vet, the other with double vet. They're gonna be so hard to kill. BJarkey saying good game because that was a good game. It was right on throughout, just constant action. But it's too much at this point. Yeah, it's way too much. Unfortunately, that's the name of the game. That's just what happens. And for some reason, Ica just still staying in the game. I think he thinks he can make a comeback. I can do it all by myself. All I need is an expert AI. Expert AI will outcap you, and then I will defeat you. It's pretty much what happens whenever you get expert AI. You just cap like crazy, like no human has ever done before. Yeah, final moments here. Final freaking moments. Dropping some artillery on this stuff, not that it matters. Where is the Vampire? The Vampire is right there! Where's the Vampire? 47 kills. 20... I don't see 47 kills. What the heck is that? Ah, there we go. Firefly just about to go down here. Ah, it's out of control. And you could literally say that the Brits, the Allies, were out of control that match just towards the end. It looked like it could have gone anyway in the middle, didn't it? It really looked like it could have gone anyway, but as soon as that PBG comes out, it just changed the whole playing field. And yeah, it's just what happens. Alright guys, so is there anything else that you'd like me to say? Well, I can't really think of anything else. Allies, how could you have improved? Well, I guess maybe be more harassive. Maybe. Wouldn't really say you did anything particularly wrong. Maybe kill some more medics. Just prevent your enemy from getting free squads. That's always a good thing you can try to keep a reminder of, and it'll have a big impact in the game throughout the longevity of it. Definitely. So maybe the take-home lesson is don't engage your opponent whenever they're near their own medic bunker. Okay? So until next time, guys, I will catch you all later.
Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.